Hello, my name is Abigail Plumer. I go to Litchfield Christian School, and I'm a 9th grader. And this is my math game project. So I chose to come up with a game, and its name is Grid Blitz. And so first I had to think of how to create a game, because there's different things you need to take into consideration. So first you have to create a theme or an objective. What audience are you aiming for? Create rules, materials needed to make the game itself, the scoring system, test your game, and then you have to collect the data and then play again. And so my theme is, it's a lot like Battleship and darts, meaning you want to conquer your opponent's square. And so I'm going to show you, this is my board that I created. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And so I made a grid, and the objective is to throw your Velcro colored ball by saying an ordered pair that you choose from a pile wins. So my audience is 6 years old and up, because you have to understand the concept of a grid. So the y-axis and the x-axis and the ordered pairs, which is like 1, 2, or -3, -5, or -3, +5. And the concepts to those math components are the most important on knowing how to play the game and how to win the game. So the materials I used is, we bought this black fabric, big square fabric, and I used paint markers to make these lines. So I created all of these lines. I had to individually draw them. I used a ruler, and I had to use fabric markers to use, because tape wouldn't work to make the lines. And I decided to go on fabric and Velcro balls so that it is reusable and it's less of a mess and less dangerous. Because at first I was thinking, oh, we can use like balls of paint and throw it. That's so messy and not reusable. I also was thinking something like pencils and they can stick. But I was like, I've got 3 brothers, that's not going to happen. So then the rules is, this is a 4-player game because there's 4 quadrants, and the 4 quadrants are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so each quadrant is your territory. So you stand about 10 feet away to see who goes first. Everyone will play rock, paper, scissors, and the winner gets to decide the order of first to last. The first player then picks an ordered pair, like 1, 3, or -5, from these papers. So it's random. It's by random choice. And they say it out loud, and you try and that point. So say you have 3, -13. So you're going to go +3 and then -13. You have 3 chances to get your ball on your point, and if you don't, that counts as 0 points. And I'm going to tell you the scoring system in just a second. If you get it in your own square, though, that is -1 point. Once everyone has no more balls, you tally up your points, and you see the winner. And so you have 5 Velcro balls. I'll show you. Like so. They're about the size of a ping pong ball. And so you throw it, and if it's closely surrounding your point, or if you throw it directly at your point the first time, that's worth 5 points. Closely surrounding your point, so say it was like here, and it's in the vicinity, that is worth 4 points. If you at least get it in the right square, you get 2 points. The first person to throw all their rubber balls gets 10 points. The second, 7. The third, 5. And the fourth, 2. So that's like in life, whenever whoever goes in retirement first, they get like, say, $10,000, and the next person like 5. So that's how that works. Again, if you throw it in your own square, like I did, that's minus a point on my half, because their own square is the color of the ball. So this is the blue square, red, green, and then that is yellow.
Oh.
How I tested my game, I asked my brothers to participate in playing Grid Blitz, and I asked my dad for help as well. And I asked them what was good about the game, what needed improvement, what would you add / take away, and then I took the information and made changes. So at first, the concept, what was good about the game was the concept of ordered pairs. There are mental and physical components, so it's not like you're just sitting down at a table and you're trying to do math. You're calculating where you need to go and how you should do that. What needed improvement is the numbers need to be a little more vibrant so you can see them like a number line. So it's not very visible, but there's numbers, -1, -2, and then there's positives, 1, 2, and 3 right here as well. What should I add / take away? Cards should be added to pick random choice. I didn't have these at first. I was just like, oh, you pick wherever you want to throw, and then you, that's how it goes. But to make it a little more challenging, you have a random card, and you're like, oh, wait, I need to figure out where 3, 5 is. Well, okay, let me see, let's count. And then you have to throw it. And to identify the axis, so as I said, the y-axis is vertical, and the horizontal line is the x-axis. And that is my math game. And again, thank you to Sunny and Audra for helping me decide the correct materials to use and what to take into consideration, because I did not come up with this by myself. Sunny was right there with me. He was like, hey, this would be wise. You should do this. And so I really have a lot of thanks for them, appreciation. Any questions? All right.
Oh, how long did it take to make?
How long? So the project itself took around 17, maybe 16 hours, just because it was trial and error. At first, I thought cardboard would work for my board, but that didn't go as planned. So, and then it was mostly just trying to think of what was good, what was bad of the game.
How many times did you guys play?
We barely played. It was very little. We are definitely going to play again at some point. It was deadlines that came up where I was like, oh, I need to get this done. I need to get this figured out. Liam.
Are we going to get to play it?
Not as hilarious, because my dad said last night that you would say that. And he was right. And that's the first time I'm going to say it. At some point, we can possibly play it. It just depends on your teacher, and maybe you guys can help me figure out what I can add to make it more accessible for you guys, because there is a little future points to it.
It's also the line going down. Is that negative in the line going up?
Yes, that was a good question. So these are the positives. So positive goes right and positives goes up. The negatives go left and the negatives go down. And this is a concept that you're going to, when you go into algebra, you're going to be like, oh, I need to know this, because there is a lot of grid components. Wouldn't you say that's correct? We kind of started out with doing a grid. So that's what kind of made me want to do this project, is to maybe encourage you guys to get algebra. It's not as hard as you think. You just have to have the concepts down, the basics.
Is it different colored balls?
There are there's so what I have is I have blue, red, let's see, green,
And yellow.
green, and yellow.
And actually,
If so, you said that you would like pick a random card,
Mhm.
and if you're on the yellow team and it was +2 and +5, and you had to pick, would you still have to throw it? Would that be your square?
One of the things she didn't explain, Ashlyn, was the quadrant specifics.
Mhm.
Like the cards will be for each quadrant.
Yes.
We talked about that last night,
Mhm.
because we brought up that very question.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
when you're playing against somebody, they'll be
You have
drawing
specific cards.
cards for the other quadrants, and you're
Oh.
drawing for the quadrants for their cards.
Okay.
how about you hit like the middle or something? That's what I
What
said.
happens if you hit the middle?
That's what I said.
It'll be one of everything.
On the axis.
Well, it's an ordered pair, Eric.
One of
Yeah,
everything.
0, 0. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to come up with.
It'd be cool if you got double points if you hit the line or something,
Like,
if that was your.
You automatically win if you get center. Oh, I didn't realize.
You want to have different colors?
I do have more colors, like orange, but those weren't with my game, so I didn't decide to show them. But I guess maybe they can color.
What kind of balls are those that stick like that?
These it's plastic with Velcro on them, so it's crossed,
Mhm.
so that even if I'm say, you want to turn to me real quick, you can throw it from far away and it sticks. And what's really easy is all you got to do is pull them up, and it's reusable. So say you want to play this game a lot of times, it's really easy. You can even just like
All right, we gotta go ahead and